How's it going, guys, and welcome back to this week's video on personal finance. So today I'm going to be talking about how I manage my money. Money is a tough topic for a lot of people, and everyone has a different way to manage their own money. And of course, everyone's wants and needs are different, so the way you utilize your money will be different for anyone. So today's video is going to be all about how I run my money system, just my personal one. It's based on my principles and my goals. So let's get straight into it. I was always taught by my parents that this is the sort of principle that you should have when managing money, but I've managed to mold it into my own set of ideas and goals. However, the principles have stayed the same through all these years. They've always told me that you need to allocate your money into four main areas. So first of all, we have expenses, which are necessary and unnecessary. Next, we have short-term savings, and also long-term savings, and finally helping others. So bearing these in mind, let's jump straight into it and I'll show you what I've got. So step one for me, and it should be the same for everyone, is the budget, your income and your expenses. My current budget is set for an average fortnightly income of $1,800. I try to keep my expenses around 1/3 of this amount. While that may seem radical to some people, I like to keep my savings rate extremely high as I don't have any real expenses. This means I can still have great freedom with my money and do what I like, but also save a large majority for the future when I'll more likely need it. I budget for the lowest pay that I'll get, as I'm paid hourly and my hours can change from week to week. My job is kind of seasonal, so this amount is usually higher, but I try to go for worst case scenario. I also have a side hustle selling electronics on Facebook that I buy and import from AliExpress. However, I don't budget this income as it can heavily fluctuate. I usually reinvest the profits back into my business or into the stock market. Right now on screen is my fortnightly budget. So as you can see on the left, I have my income, and then below that is my investment. So I always try to pay myself first, so this $1,200 minimum amount will never change. If my wage goes below $1,800, I'll cut something else from my expenses side that is an unnecessary expense. Of course, any overflow in the payslip gets sent straight to the investment pile. I'm currently living at home to try and save money, and it's a bit easier. I like living in town rather than out on the farm where I work. So this amount currently sits at a nice and low $200 a fortnight. My second biggest expense is my car, which includes fuel, registration, any minor fix-up, that sort of thing, which comes in at $150 a fortnight. Usually it costs me about $65 to $70 to fill up, so I get 2 tanks. I usually use about a tank a week and a little bit extra on top of that. My car insurance is $12 a fortnight, as I only have third party. My car is a piece of crap, so I don't care really if it got written off, as long as I don't damage some rich fella's Mercedes. My phone bill is $40 a month, so obviously that's $20 a fortnight. So these are all my necessary expenses, so I can't cut back any of these as I need them to live my day-to-day life. These are all necessary to how I want to live my life, to how I need to live my life. And at the bottom of expenses, we have the unnecessary expenses. They're not unnecessary as per se we don't need them, but these are things that are more wants than needs. They make my life a lot better, a lot happier. They pretty much just bring the joy to your life. I have $100 a fortnight allocated to short-term savings, and I'll explain this further down the track, what I use short-term savings for. So sport, we've got $40. I probably spend close to $1,000 on sport a year by the time I have registrations, playing gear, new hockey stick or footballs or new football boots. Anything like that is really expensive. My subs for football and hockey combined this year were almost $600. And the final one is the splurge, which is the most unnecessary of all my expenses, I believe. But this still allows me to go out for meals, get takeaway food, and buy random crap that I may never use again. Splurge money is a great strategy to use if you still want to go hard on your savings but don't want to tighten yourself, because if you know that if you tighten yourself too much on anything, you're obviously going to have lapses in that. So that was my budget. Now for step 2, I'm going to explain to you the strategy of short-term savings. Short-term savings is a tactic that I feel would benefit most people, as it can help counteract impulse buying. As you saw on my budget, I set aside a small amount each fortnight for short-term saving. I usually use this money for purchases like football boots, some new gear for my setup, or a wee holiday away. I currently have a portfolio that is split 50% crypto and 50% stocks. My crypto account is split between Ethereum and some smaller coins. All my stocks are index funds and retirement based accounts. I currently have most of this amount in my KiwiSaver, which is New Zealand's retirement plan. Soon I will choose to rebalance my portfolio to 15% crypto due to the volatility, as well as 35% stocks and hopefully around 50% real estate once I'm ready to buy my house. And I'm hoping to do that sometime in the next 6 months. Thanks for watching so far. Please drop a like down below if you are interested in investing and want to hear more about this topic. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, and enjoy the rest of the video. Once you feel comfortable with the level of wealth that you currently have, I believe everyone should give a go at helping someone else that is less fortunate than themselves. I currently donate $50 a month to support a child with World Vision. I would recommend this to anyone as it's reasonably cheap and it's an automatic way of helping someone else. You can click the link in the description to watch my video on this and see how I've done it. So there we have it. That's basically how I manage my money in very simple terms and explained with very few numbers. If you want to see a numbers breakdown of how I manage this, let me know down below. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed. Of course, subscribe if you aren't already, and we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.